Okay, I'm gonna start heading
Nothing
down.
that brings to your mind something like this is research.
Okay, I'm gonna creep down the stairs now. I'm gonna look for a basement.
Okay, I'm gonna need another stealth check as you walk down these
With
creaky
pleasure.
stairs.
Oh, 14. I thought that was a 1. It was a 7.
The panic.
And the panic in that facial expression. I was
Okay.
like, oh god.
He just falls down the stairs.
So you remain successful so far. What do you plan to do from here?
If I've given it a good old college try for that thing, I would refer to some of the scrolls that I picked up to see if there's anything about that. And if not, my next plan would be to try another window, like go out and back up.
Certainly. Yeah. So you open up the scroll and it is like gobbledygook to you. It means nothing basically.
Then back out the window I'll go.
Okay. So you're gonna go out the window, and your plan is to what? Try another second story window. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. So let's take it back to Farron and Bulk.
This is how we go back.
Go team.
Cool. So Farron and Bulk, you guys were asking about some of the exotic potions. You were talking about the Silver Order. They are kind of trying to keep it to business, but go from there.
We were hoping more something dealing with avoiding the other side, or maybe coming back from the other side.
Elaborate.
Some say that the potion master here has evaded death itself, finding new life.
What do you know of the potion master?
Just that he might have what we're looking for. Nothing more.
Those types of wares are not for sale.
Why is that?
Because they aren't. You can
Unfortunate.
purchase what we have, or you can be on your way.
Didn't you also say there were perhaps custom orders possible?
Depends on what you're looking for.
How do you have the potions you've described? Do you happen to have one more offensive? Maybe burst into fire, explosive of sorts. Something more combative.
Fire breathing certainly sounds like it suits your fancy.
Right, but fire breathing, you still have to be kind of close. You can't just chuck it. You have to ingest it yourself.
Certainly. Perhaps I can. If you want something like that, that would in fact be a custom order. It would
Or
have to be a down payment, and it would take its time.
how much time are we talking?
A couple days at least.
All right, so like look over to both. Maybe we could put that on the docket and plan another trip back. But maybe we should get some stuff while we're here.
Well,
Barry just trying to embellish every sentence to just draw out time.
Yeah. So what are you guys generally angling for? You're just trying to stay in the room, keep the conversation going.
Well, we
Keep the
could
conversation
stay here
going, be a little bit difficult.
My young
Okay.
ward definitely has interest in potion making. He could learn much here in this place.
Do have quite a background. Mine's more medicinal, so what you guys are doing is loads beyond anything I've seen.
We're not taking new apprentices. We have no time to teach. We're far too busy.
It does seem you're lacking in customers today.
We have plenty of work. The potion master keeps us quite busy.
Oh, well, I mean, it's better to have work than no work at all.
Indeed. And you guys are keeping us from it.
Oh, my apologies. So, how do we go about exactly signing off for that specialty order? Is that something you could do yourself, or would it have to be taken to like a question from the potion master to see if it's feasible?
I handle the business here.
Oh,
It sounds like
I
you do much work. Why even have the potion master? He must lean on you heavily.
Listen here. No more talk about this potion master. I'm the potion master for as far as you know. Now, do you want to buy something or not?
Uh, yeah, I guess we could. What's your going rate for the healing potion? How
Healing
much also
potion?
for that one that you speak or see beyond the other side? What kind of real vague?
That is, it's my personal passion project, you could say.
Oh, congrats!
Something the potion master wouldn't deem worthwhile to teach me. But fortunately, I have my own goals, my own aspirations.
I mean, it's all more impressive that if he didn't teach it to you, that you could muster this all on your own. That speaks
Indeed.
loads on your skill.
It's a pretty penny, though, you could say.
I
My
mean, of
prized
course.
possession. That
I-
right there, that would cost you 1,200 gold pieces.
100.
1,200.
I might have
I-
to start saving up for
Small
that.
price
then.
to pay to walk to the other side.
I
Now,
have
does it
much-
also allow you to walk back?
Of course.
I too was very much overlooked by my masters in the past, not respected for my work and not given opportunity.
He says, sometimes, I left the academy for this. I was promised opportunity, power, knowledge. What am I doing? Sitting here, stuck making potions all day? For
I
what?
nudge Bulk in the shell.
This is
Subtly, I
Marco.
imagine.
Marco,
This is
I
Marco.
think.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Marco. And for what? Just to make potions for some green cloaks? It's madness.
Yes.
It's folly. It's a waste of my time.
The academy does seem rather short-sighted in their pursuits.
And Gimma speaks up and says, Marco, calm down. Don't speak about the master like that. Remember what happened to Bolter? And Marco says, Duh. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He still isn't the same.
It's best
I-
to follow willingly and not fall prey to abrasions of those who feel they're better and mightier than us.
Gimma speaks up and she says, "Oh, Marco's just jealous. Our master is a genius.
To
If
me,
only
he's
if it wasn't for those petty academy members. They're jealous."
I understand his frustrations. If he was able to make a potion to speak and see the other side and come back, probably making a bunch of healing potions for the lot of us in the green cloaks has to be mind-numbing.
It is. I've had a couple of ideas of my own, sitting
Besides
out
just
here, sucking down
walking,
haze all day, every day.
Why do you stay?
Opportunity.
There's much
Sometimes
opportunity
to
in
climb the
Drakkenheim.
ladder, you must. It's a long way up the ladder, you could say.
at least in the meantime, you've done great work just on your own without any tutelage. That potion is far beyond the means of anything I could muster.
He says, make a.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have both of you guys make deception checks at this point.
Excellent.
But you found an angle.
We're working it in.
Okay, not bad. 17.
Okay.
10. Now, can I do guidance on myself if I'm like
Abs-
clasping hands or
absolutely.
thing? Okay,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that's 1d4 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. 11.
11. That's still good. 10 was the DC actually. So you're good. Marco says, "Really? You really think so?"
I mean, I can basically just do your mundane work, simple healing salves. I can't muster anything that allow you to speak, see, or walk to the other side.
Would you like to see some of my other work? I keep it
Absolutely.
upstairs in my bedroom.
If you have the time, I mean, yeah, we only have a couple of basic healing potions to acquire, so we made it all the way out here. Make it worth a while.
I'm
Absolutely.
always
Come,
fascinated
follow.
in seeing others work.
Absolutely. And we'll jump over to Danielus.
Where's this
Um,
gonna go?
I
on the
jump
second
out the
floor.
window and I land.
So, okay, so you're going to jump from the second story window?
Yes, I'm gonna shut it behind me before I go.
Okay. So you walk to the window. You have a moment of realization that this would probably result in some damage.
Mm, even with my immovable rod.
I suppose it's plausible that you can like kind of Mary Poppins style, like jump out the window, engage the rod a moment before you hit the ground.
Yeah.
If you jump before the elevator hits,
You
like,
say
Indeed.
no
that is
damage.
true.
Well, I mean, I'm also gonna like lower my. I'm not gonna like just Superman out the window, but
Sure.
I'm gonna like
Sure.
lower myself down.
I know he doesn't
I'm a
close the window; he
ninja.
jumps through it and just.
Sure, it's plausible. Okay, so you jump out the window, and for the sake of it, since you did take the immovable rod with you, I will allow you to do that without taking damage. Okay, so where to next?
Okay, I'm gonna start heading north a little bit,
Okay.
and then I want to go. I guess since I was in this room area, I guess I'll go to this side and see if there's a window up there that I could get to easily.
There is, in fact, a window up there.
I want to start scaling that window or that wall.
Okay. Give me one more athletics check as well.
17.
17. Okay, rolling good. So you scale this window, and once again, you find this one behaves in the same way. You are able to pry it open, and you leap into the room with a soft thud and another similar, but it's not that loud.
Okay.
And I imagine you start looking around. Okay, cool. You are seeing that these appear to be I'll just say for the sake of it, you're just in this room. This room appears to be the bed chambers of the apprentices. The rooms are much smaller. They're not kept in any better condition at all. But there is not really much here. Maybe a couple of trinkets. But what is happening is you can start to hear voices getting closer and footsteps coming up the stairs.
surprise!
And so now you guys are all kind of together. And Marco is leading the way, and he says, the fascinating thing about potion making is that sometimes you really have no idea what you're doing. You just kind of start pouring in a little bit of this, a little bit of that, sugar, spice, and you never know. And he starts taking you towards this room.
What?
And so
Danielus,
you
you hear these footsteps approaching. What do you do?
I'm gonna wait for them to open the room, and then I'm just gonna let them enter, and I'm gonna try to do a old sneak around into the hallway.
Okay. Okay. Incredible.
Give them a little sneak around.
Okay.
Little sneak.
So let's keep you right there for now. So, yeah, go ahead, Farron.
I was gonna say, is like, while he's talking about all this, like, do you only make potions? My family, we used to make some salves of sorts. Do you just deal with the liquids, or do you venture out?
Salves, creams, and ointments. That means nothing. And he slams open the door.
I like swallow my pride where I'm just like, right, see, this is why I said you are far beyond my capabilities.
And each of you roll me a d8. See how your luck is going.
Got an 8.
An 8,
A
3.
4.
a 3, and
4.
a 4. Okay. So as he slams open the door, there is a small candle that is on the wall, and it drops right to the side of you, Danielus.
Oh no.
So
Is it lit?
I'll say he's kind of lighting candles as he takes
Okay.
you up, but it slams off the wall, so he's not gonna bother lighting that one. But in either case, so he walks into the room, and he says, "Wait right there. I'll bring something out." And he kind of
What?
rummages under his bed and pulls out a tiny little box, and he pulls out this small potion vial. It's kind of glimmering a light blue.
Ooh.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I
The
call it.
quality seems to be great.
Can I sneak out while he's doing this? Just right here.
Sure. So Bulk is kind of standing in the doorway. You would effectively have to crawl underneath his legs. Are you are you doing anything, or are you just sneaking right out?
I'm gonna sneak past Bulk. I'm not gonna do anything to him, but I'm gonna get
Okay.
behind Farron and just give him like a little shoulder squeeze or something, just like a little pat or just something to show that I'm here.
Okay.
I don't know how Farron would react to randomly and visibly being squeezed.
You know I'm up here.
True,
Let's
but
find out. Roll a d6.
Oh, no.
1 through 3, it's bad. 4 through 6, it's good.
1.
A 1. A 1. Okay. Well, as you might know, 1s are decently pretty bad.
It's a D6. Get out
Historically
of here.
speaking.
Daniel's make an acrobatics check. Actually, no, you also roll a d6.
The 2.
A 2. Okay. So Farron, you are you're squeezed on the shoulder
I was going,
by Danielus, and he and Farron, you kind of reach out your arm like that and go ah, and you smack Danielus in the face, and he takes 1 point of damage.
Oh no.
what happens?
I don't know.
Okay.
If you take damage while invisible, do you reveal
Depends
yourself?
on
I
what
don't think so. I thought it
invisibility-
said attack.
I think it mostly deals with attack.
Stand by.
But also, if I were to hit him, I would have disadvantage to hit him.
And Steven, how about a plug for that funky store?
Hey, there's stuff over at the Funky Store. There's great merch that you can pick up. It's made here in St. Louis. It's great. We love it. It appreciates us. Help us out. You can check out the Poser series where we've played through quintessential video games. We're also doing a lot of other things on the channel, and we really appreciate you liking and subscribing, checking all that out.
Cool. Farron, make an insight check.
Insight check. All right. I'm okay at this.
Mm-hmm.
21.
A 21.
21.
Okay. So you get squeezed on the shoulder, you fling out your arm, and you make contact with a fleshy face-like meat bag.
I start to shudder, thinking one of the giants are behind me, like, oh.
Danielus, in fact, is not revealed. However, you get the sense that you just hit an invisible person, and it is probably Danielus.
Oh, I'm just like, oh. I'd be like, a rat. Don't worry. I took care of it. And then I just I slightly kick a wall to make it seem like I threw a rat at a wall.
Marco says, yes, the rats are part of the decor. Now, you can see that, and he's kind of talking to Book in depth about this.
I scuttle in the door to try to distract Marco more.
I'm
Yes,
actually into it, though.
Yeah, for sure. Daniels, what do you do?
I want. So, where is Marco looking? Is he in that room looking out into the hallway?
Bulk is blocking the door in such a way that he probably can't see past Bulk.
Okay. I think I'm going to go north to this room.
Okay. Similar situation. Whatever Oscar is paying his apprentices, it doesn't seem to be doing very much. It's kind of just tattered belongings, and again, what may have been left over from the previous occupants.
And then can I quickly just scope this one?
Sure, same deal.
Okay. I'm going to start heading
Nothing
down.
that brings to your mind something like this is research.
Okay, I'm going to creep down the stairs now. I'm going to look for a basement.
Okay, I'm gonna need another stealth check as you walk down these
With
creaky
pleasure.
stairs.
Oh, 14. So that was a 1. It was a 7.
The panic.
And the panic in that facial expression. I was
Okay.
like, oh god.
He just falls down the stairs.
A 14. Okay. So I'm gonna move Farron and Bulk and Marco off to the side here for ease.
Mhm.
It's like a huge game of Mission Impossible.
Dude,
This is what I was born to do.
You're actually playing your character correctly for the first time.
Wait till he grapple shot someone in the face.
Yeah.
It is I.
Well, this is the
Breaks
first stealth mission
invisibility.
we've had.
Grapple shot.
No, for sure.
So Danielus, you managed to creak your way down the stairs. Barkus is in the area, by the way. I'm going to say that Barkus kind of stayed at the dining room, and he's kind of like lapping up some of the remains of the meals that are there, kind of chewing on the old bones and whatnot. Gemma has said, fuck this. And she just like walks away and she comes back into this room. Danielus, as you make your way down to the stairs, very closely, but not making a creak. There is some noise in this room, so any creaks that may have occurred seem to have been overdone. Gemma comes back into the room, and her and this other apprentice start having a little conversation. Gemma says, or Taryn asks the other apprentice there. She asks, where the hell is Marco taking those to? And what is up with that turtle? He's like covered in rock. And Gemma says, I don't know. He's on his notion of disrespecting the master again. He wants to talk about potions or whatnot. She says, just keep working. The lanterns are expected to be here today, and we have to have something for them. And Daniels, you can see that there is another figure off to the side here, the one called Bolter. He appears to be there physically, but not mentally there. He kind of just like is having a slight as he's like mixing potions and like putting things in boxes. What will you do?
I'm still seeing the second floor.
There we go.
I was just like refreshing. I was like, oh no.
Pardon me.
Okay, I am going to kind of not really spend much time in this room at all, and I'm going to slip through this room and start heading towards the back, I guess.
Okay. As you do, Barkus is sniffing at the air, and he kind of like ears at attention. He's like looking around. He has picked up your scent for certain. And you're in this room, is that right?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
gonna ignore him because I can't make a sound because obviously Jumbo is here. So I'm going to try.
And he is standing in the doorway.
Is the door closed?
The door is open, but once again, he is standing in the doorway.
Underneath.
Okay.
Underneath.
Yeah, can I crawl? But like, can I do a stealth or an acrobats under his legs?
You can certainly try. You're going to crawl under his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a stealth check.
17.
17. Okay. You do in fact manage to crawl between the lumbering figure's legs. You do brush against his cloak as you crawl underneath, but he appears to be too dumb to understand what is going on, too mindless. As you enter into that back room, you can see it appears that this is a kitchen. It is well stocked. You can see several crates kind of stacked up along that back wall. With supplies in them. So it appears that somehow he is receiving supplies. There are several bottles of rank alcohol, and there is a disgusting stew simmering
Are
in
there
a
any
pot in the
potions?
fireplace.
Are there any potions of healing or anything that would be worth taking?
No. There is alcohol if you want to grab some alcohol.
I think Danielus would have to. He would just slip something into his satchel. He's like, ooh, okay.
Certainly.
I'm gonna
Okay.
be living on cloud 9, living my ninja life.
certainly. Yes. So you grab a couple of bottles of alcohol. There is a back door here, but it is closed.
And that's to go to
Currently.
the outside. Like I would be able to tell.
And that is to go to the outside. You would recall that that door was boarded up from the outside.
Okay. So I'm going back through the legs.
Okay, make another stealth check.
14 again.
A 14. That will do it. You're getting closer. You're getting closer, but that will do it. So you once again crawl through the zombie's legs, and Barkus, he has been kind of like sniffing about. He's kind of following your path, and he's kind of like right here in front of the zombie. He's kind of like sniffing about.
I'm going to sneak over here, and
Okay.
is this door closed or open?
The door to the north room.
Yeah, I want to get over into this room.
That door is in fact open.
Okay.
And let's take it back to Bulk and Farron.
Yes.
So Farron, I'm gonna move Danielus off to the side. So Farron, you are Bulk. Give me a. You said you're genuinely interested in this, right?
I'm genuinely interested, and I'm trying to convert him as a follower.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
As we share
give me a
similar
little. Give me a little taste.
Yes. Leaning
Barrett is
in-
also interested, but feels a little disheartened that he took away any salves, coat, like brews, anything besides potions.
Basically, I want to just absolutely shut you down.
I know.
I want to inflate his ego, talk about like disdain for the academy and how they're very short-sighted, and then kind of like talk about how I have explored the world to increase my knowledge of my craft and trade, and it's been grand.
Okay. Yes. He says, so you're another who has left the academy, is that right?
In a way, yes. The academy did me no favors and saw my work as inferior.
He says, fools, all of them. he just because I could barely cast a first level spell, I'm a graduate, damn it. They wanted me to do the equivalent of sweeping floors, teaching classes, scribing scrolls. It's a waste of my potential.
Yes, we all have much potential given the right circumstances. I was enthralled by the sound. The sound here drew me here to Drakkenheim, and it is
Sound.
the sound. Did you not hear it when the meteor crashed?
Roll a
Deception?
d6. Roll a d6.
D6? Okay. Ooh, that is a D4.
Just to see whether he's heard the sound or not, or whether
Yeah.
he recalls it.
That's a 1.
It's a 1. The sound. The sound? You're mistaken, friend. The most fascinating thing here is the smell. The smell of the haze.
The haze.
It drew me from miles away.
That and the smell of the potions, right?
We both look at Farron.
Yeah, he's like, quiet, ointment boy.
I like hang my head low to make him think that he has a sense of power.
And Bulk, he takes a step closer to you and he says, and he kind of like starts, he kind of says, "May I?"
Of course, brother.
And he like grabs your your armored arm and he kind of, and he takes a smell and he says, this armor, it smells of the meteor.
Well, he hasn't showered in weeks. We've been telling him about that.
This is no armor, but this is who I am, who I've become, as I have achieved resonance with the meteor and the sound.
Resonance, you say? Tell me more. And now you can make a persuasion check. I feel like
Have you heard about this great cream?
Yeah, Farron, do you so actually
7.
Oh
okay,
no.
okay, that's fine. So Farron, if you were to help this situation, if you were to, what would you kind of
I was
say?
already planning on it, but I didn't want to like interject while both of you were
No, it's
talking.
totally fine.
I was gonna be like, it's like, you know how you're like a savant of potions, like you can make ones that let you see and talk and walk the other side. He's like that with the delirium. What he can do with these crystals is far beyond what I've seen any mage of the academy do.
Okay, you roll a persuasion check.
Oh,
See how you do.
persuasion.
Or so you can either roll, because I'm not going to look to see if you actually roll. You can either roll persuasion, or you can give Bulk advantage on his persuasion, which he already failed.
Since I already rolled and you don't know, should I roll a d4 and do odds or evens?
I'll roll a d6.
All right. I'm gonna say before you tell me, odds I keep what I rolled, evens he rolls.
Okay, he can roll.
Okay.
Wonderful, thank you.
It
So
would have been a
persuasion.
10. Okay, so you can
Why
roll
is
with
it
advantage.
never
Bulk.
religion? Why is it never religion rolls?
If that's right. In either case, just roll with advantage. Let's see what happens.
Roll better
On-
You
than
have
on-
guidance, remember.
Yeah,
Plus
on persuasion, right? Yeah, persuasion. Okay.
Persuasion.
Okay. So 10, and then the guidance on top. 11.
Holy shit.
Did he crit?
No, it was a 10. So that 11 actually worked for you.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, it's invigorating. Actually, you know, Oscar, he never lets me into his basement. He never lets me smell what he's working on.
Oscar, who is that? Your master or one of the other apprentices here?
He just signs off on the potions. He does his initials.
Yes, he's the master here. Perhaps you and me together, perhaps we could overthrow him. He would have nothing over the sensory abilities of the sound and the smell together.
Oh God. I'm great about the touch.
And the touch, of course. Oh. This could be the breakthrough of a lifetime.
You know, whenever you're working for someone, it leaves less time for your passion projects, your inventions. When you're having to make all these orders for the hooded lanterns, when can you do your research, your experimentations?
That's right. He won't even let me into his lab. It's infuriating.
We do hope to establish a temple of research and experimentation within the walls. That could be a safe haven for you, a place.
I could be the
Grow.
director. I could lead it all.
Brother, this is unity we speak, resonance. Greed.
Maybe we could find you some cool smelling armor like Bulk has.
Armor, yes.
Picture the potion you can make out of something like that.
I'm more of a cloak man myself. Do you think?
Oh, I mean, yeah, real nice, billowing in the wind.
Delirium
Look really
And the
good.
smell. And the
Oh
smell.
yeah. It hope to take up smells like that.
Not bad. I'm interested.
Welcome, brother, as we shall achieve resonance through our work.
He reaches out his arm and he kind of gives you a big hug.
Yes.
And he says, Oscar, he never held me like this.
This is what brotherhood can become.
Certainly.
I look at Bulk to make eye contact and do like a questioning, like,
Oh, Bulk is loving the crap.
Okay, I'm just like...
He says, you'd have to get me out of here. Or perhaps we could try and kill Oscar. What do you think?
Are you not free to leave? Apprenticeship.
I don't think either of those should be that difficult. I mean, it's one man or just going through a door.
He would track me down. He has a way of following me.
Truly horrible. What do you make of the master? Is he here?
Yes, he's in his lab below.
So
What say you, Farron?
I mean, I don't like the sound of if we leave that he would just track us down. I mean, it sounds like he's pretty vengeful.
What would you make of the other apprentices? It seems loyalty is not the strongest smell in the room.
The others are loyal. They've been here longer than me. Do you have inspiration?
I don't.
That one really tickled me. Yeah, go ahead and give yourself inspiration. That's a good one.
I love how it came 2 seconds after.
The others are more loyal. They're fools, blind, no ambition, no aspiration.
Why? I mean, that one person just kind of seemed like a dull person. Like, they didn't seem too special. No interesting potions on them. They all seem to answer to you. It's pretty sad if they've been here longer and they haven't shown nearly the potential you do.
That's right. Well, Oscar, he has a way of getting compliance, you could say.
Well, let us go and see if we can interact more with the apprentices and see if there isn't a home for all of us to achieve resonance and create great masterworks.
Very well, if you insist.
Well,
and we'll take it.
I'll
what
put
do
my
you think
hand
would
on
be
it.
wise? You know these other apprentices well. Do you think that they could be swung, or do you think they're just another person we'll have to go through?
They're blind. They're sworn to Oscar. They would never betray him.
I'll put my hand
They
on his
fear
shoulder because he likes physical touch. I'd be like, even the blind can smell
Oh my god.
opportunity.
Perrin gives the most like
Yes, perhaps. Very well, if that's what you insist. We could kill Oscar, but I'm fine with this.
The time may come.
Okay. So you guys start making your way downstairs. Daniels, what have you been up to as you start to inspect the last room? This room that appears to be a library. Let me give you a quick description here. This room smells of moldy books. There is a mahogany desk in one corner. we'll say this guy over here, that is covered in crumpled paper and open books, with a torn velvet armchair before it. There are tall bookshelves that are packed with tomes, statues of a variety of fantastic creatures, and the odd portrait or knickknack. And there are sliding wooden ladders mounted on rails.
I'm
So yeah,
instantly gonna start looking at the bookcase and start like thumbing through and trying to see if there's a book that would be maybe, yeah, if there's no one that could see in the room.
um, they do have a line of sight to the room.
Okay.
Whether or not they're looking there will kind of depend on what you do.
Okay. No, then if they can see into the room, I'm just gonna start like looking through at the books and stuff.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
A 9.
A 9. Um. So, as you look through the books, many of them are ruined. There are a few in decent condition. If you were to pull them off of the shelf, that would kind of be its own thing. But you do see that though this room is quite dusty, um, it does appear that there are signs of traffic in this room. So it appears that this room is used fairly frequently.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep looking, and once I've kind of looked at the spines of the books, I guess I'm gonna start opening them, or like taking one out and trying to see if there's notes like stuffed in the pages. So one at a
Okay.
time, I'm gonna start like, you know, as
Start
quietly as
pulling
I
books off
can.
the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me one more stealth check.
12.
12. Okay. And let's take our break there.
Such a
Make sure you like and subscribe and do all the great things. Susan, we see you. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that watches the show.
baby arms.
Like and
Maybe-
subscribe for the sound, the touch, the smell.
We may achieve residence yet, gentlemen.
Yes,
We are two-
will be
We are 2 senses short.
All right, we will see you on the other side.
It's a potion.